Italy and Spain. Hey!
Benvenuti a Torino.
How are you? You okay?
Come stai, Giorgio? Come
You gotta go in for the hug, right? No, you just want to go in for the hug. Yeah, that's it.
Special. He's saying that basically you shouldn't order because you don't know what he likes.
Do you know what I like? The food?
No. Fish and chips?
And some soup. I like soup.
I have to let you try some particular dishes of Torino.
Okay.
Yeah, don't worry about
We'll go
that.
with it.
And we could find a good barbaresco or barolo that I
That's
know
what we
that you
need.
like.
Is this the wine?
Nice.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
just
very
drink,
happy
you
to
just
be
drink
here.
it.
I'll just drink it,
It's
yeah.
good to see you.
No, my
You're
pleasure.
looking very good shape.
I just retired a few months ago. That I lost 3-4 kilos because I lost all my muscles. Give me some years.
Are you doing anything, or you're going to do any kind of exercise?
Not yet, because I did a surgery at the meniscus. I've broken last training of my career.
Right.
Before the final, I broke my meniscus, but I played with some injection. And after that, I just fixed it a few months ago.
Okay.
Yeah, a few weeks ago. 1 month ago, my father is a surgeon. Then he wanted to do it. Then I waited for him, and going.
Your dad's a surgeon?
Yeah.
That's a result, isn't it?
I just lost one meniscus and one ACL. Not bad.
That's good,
Yeah.
And,
But you injured a lot of players.
yes, unfortunately, yes.
He injured a lot of players.
Surgery, just a couple. Just a couple.
You just on your cruise ship. That was the only injury, your major injury, a cruise ship?
Yes, but a lot of muscles.
Okay.
A lot of strain and whatever, yes.
Okay.
Especially calf.
You can't.
Calf was,
Calves, near the end or always?
No, after 28 years old.
That's me.
Yeah.
Calves all
Yeah,
time.
not technically good. We are not so far. Intelligent, smart, but
But you've got closure after retiring. I know it's still early, but are you
Happy to
happy
retire?
with your decision?
very happy with my decision to do it a little bit earlier than really the fall down.
Do you wish you'd have done that?
I think I played on 1 or 2 years too many.
I really enjoyed till the end, and the experience in the US was fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Was that LA?
I said
LA.
that. I'd
He
like
said
to have
this
gone
today.
to the US.
He wanted to go to the US.
I met your brother at one event. It's a perfect way not to drop from be the captain of Juventus and national team to zero, but just a little bit downhill, enjoying different culture, different type of living the sport. Living football or soccer, as they call it, is very different. It's much less pressure, and it's a show and entertainment, and we are not happy to that. It's life or death every week, every 3 days.
Was that always your plan? The last few years you thought you were going to go to the States?
It was my plan, but it's not easy to do. Also, if it is in your mind, sometimes happen that you are, playing, and I was thinking to do it at 34, but my best years of my career was from 33 to 35.
Wow.
And until I got my ACL, I broken my knee. That was what happened. And after that, I said, okay, it's done. I cannot go there at 38 or something. And I won the Euros.
Nice.
37.
Congratulations to that.
You know. And then the year after, I want to go to the last World Cup.
Yes.
I missed the qualifier for 2014. I said I want to play 2018. I missed it. I want to play 2022 and then retire. But we lost again.
Yes.
And I missed another one. I said, I had this big opportunity, and I was trying to figure to live something different with the family, getting my English better, and live in a different business vision that they have for football.
You know, you mentioned the Euros, and you think of that partnership of you and Bonucci at the back. Why is it, do you think, that Italy always produces, great defenders? We all think of, Maldini and Baresi, obviously, last few years, yourself and Bonucci. Is there a reason? Is there a mentality about it?
Fabio was a big maestro for me. I played with him a lot of years. And because when you are 13, 14, 15, now they're teaching us how to play, how to build up from the goal, and to do the pass between the lines and all this stuff. They're teaching me just how to mark. I had to do the
defend.
little trick in order to not be seen from the referee, but to don't permit to the forwards to score. Is like to pull them or just step in before the start of before VAR was a different word.
Is this
And
they taught you this from?
when I was 14, 15, 16, how to mark into the box, how to
be aggressive. Be aggressive.
but not make some fouls, not pull the shirts, the jersey, but just have a contact with little things that when you arrive and getting older you learn. And
So that
Like
means
you did with Saka.
that's what I was going to say with Saka. Is that was a natural reaction for you?
natural reaction. I had no time to think. It's just,
But
You thought you knew what you
For
did.
Italian mindset, that is.
but I was
Have to stop him.
very lucid in that situation that I was sure 200% it was just yellow card. That I never was in doubt about that. All the English fans and whatever. No, it's not fair. It's red. No, it's not.
They
red.
said bad things about you.
No,
when you
but
were
it's
saying,
not. I deserve it. I deserve it.
I defended you. I said
No,
just a
don't
yellow.
take
yeah.
notice of him. He's talking rubbish. The
But
thing-
do you think it's yellow or red?
No,
I thought
yeah.
it was a yellow.
Yeah,
But what I was going to say to you, in that instance with the game where it was, and if you was already on a yellow, would you still do this?
No. If it was
but if it's natural
120, no.
Yeah.
120, yes. 90 with 30 minutes of,
Yes.
I don't know.
So
Probably
you'd be
not.
able to calculate all this just in case if it was.
You know that when you're like in trance and this type of situation, you know. Like, you know if you have a yellow or not. That's very easy to decide, okay, I could spend a yellow. And now that was the best moment to spend.
You nearly went to play for Sunderland in 2008.
Well,
Is that right?
Yeah, there was talk. Some agents.
I have a couple of stories to tell about tell you, but the first was for you. I played just against you, of you four, and was your
Oh, testimonial.
testimonial
Yes,
game.
I
I was
remember.
there. That for
Yeah.
your
Was it-
testimonial game
Against Juventus. I picked Juventus because
because of Roy.
do you know something?
Because you have a good memory because of Roy.
Yeah, but in my early career, it's the best team I ever played against. We were talking about it this morning. It was the team with Ferrara and Montera. It was Conte, Deschamps, and then it was Vieira, Boksic, Del Piero, Zidane. And it was the best team I ever played against. They beat us 1-0 in Turin in Stadio d'Alpi, and I don't think I've ever been... We were absolutely killed. Absolutely killed. It was destroyed us. And I think that team, we were getting better each year. In '98, we got there, but we took 2 or 3 lessons off you in that period. So I always thought Juventus was like a special team in my career, really.
But we played for Juventus against Sunderland. Was it 2007? Just a pre-season friendly. And after the game, people who were working with Sunderland were saying that you could be available. You were a young player, and I think there was definitely chats. Maybe they
I
were
said
saying
yes.
Yeah,
I
but there
said
was-
yes to my
To
agent.
Sunderland.
Did
Yeah,
you?
to the
Yeah.
agent.
To him,
Yeah.
not to Sunderland, to him. Not to Sunderland.
But obviously, listen, there was of course issues with money and transfer. But I think they were saying about 10 or 12 million at the time. But you were just young.
10 to 15, something
Something
in
like that.
between
Yeah,
there.
okay.
Was that the wages?
That was for the agent.
What year was it?
Maybe 2007. I think 2007.
7, probably
Yeah.
7.
But
Yes.
money.
What position was he playing there? Was he playing centre
Left
half?
back?
Left back.
Left
Yeah,
back,
yeah.
half and half. I think
You still played left back. You played left back against...
at the beginning.
But you played left back against us for England in 2014 World Cup.
Yes,
In,
because we at the end we are 3 centre back very good, and then sometimes Barzagli played on the right, and sometimes I played on the left. But that
Yeah.
game I played on the
You
left.
played left, yeah.
In other games, Barzagli played on the right with Bonucci was covered in the middle between of us every time, and then we could switch and change the other fullback could be play one right back, and I could play on the left, and one fullback and left back, and Barzagli could play on the right. I didn't like to play on the edge.
On the left?
No, I prefer to. Yeah, obviously, if you have to.
Always play in the middle. You got help. People
Yeah,
around you,
but
people
also-
support.
If you play on the edge, you have to face, like a Saka or a winger very fast. No, I wasn't. Yeah, I run much more, but I wasn't so
No,
fast.
he thinks fullback's easy. He thinks it's easy, fullback. He thinks it's an easy position on the pitch.
No,
You're fullback.
yeah.
No, you're not about
When you're
back
a
three.
kid,
I'm on about
when you're a
fullback.
kid, when you decide to let play the worst kid in the park, in the yard.
Yeah.
Right back.
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
He started in this way, maybe.
You spoke about the players now in England, the obsession with teams, and particularly with coming from Pep with Barcelona. Are the young players in Italy now being told to play out? Is it exactly the same
Exactly
here?
the same. We are trying to copy.
Do you think that's good for everyone just to copy?
I think that learning from the best is a good way, but you have to...
Not if you can't do it,
Yeah,
then.
you have to maintain your identity, and our identity is about to have a big defender that obviously you can play better than 20 years ago.
course.
Or 30 years ago, but not try to
Not when you're
copy.
giving the ball away and you're giving goals away. I think that's madness.
Yes,
I think it's
agree.
okay for Man City and Barca who've got the players to do it, but you see the less teams doing it. Not good.
I agree with you.
Thank you.
Everyone is different, have to follow their identity and their values. We won with good goalkeepers, good defense, and sometimes you could find a goal with nice play from the number 10, Baggio, Del Piero, or whatever.
The pride for defenders now is players who can play out from the back, but when you played them, the defenders we've been speaking about, their pride was defending, wasn't it? Aggression, clean sheets, knocking people over. Now it's about how many passes, how many...
But I told you before, we have to change this type of mentality. Yeah, we don't lie. People before us don't like that we play every 3 days, or we play not at 3 p.m. and we played one game at 2, at 5. We have to adapt. We have to try to maintain our identity, yes, for sure. But also we have to be open to different format, different way of involving the new generation.
But when you look at Italy, Italy are renowned for defending.
Yeah.
So I can't understand why they'd do anything to change anything like that. Because no one wants to play against Italy in respect of
And now our best
defending.
defender is very technical. Calafiori and Bastoni are very similar, but very good player, but not at all a defender.
See?
I
Poor
think.
World Cup, Italy were poor in the World Cup.
Yeah.
weren't they? World Cup.
Yeah, I think centre back now. I think it's the toughest position. I do, because you
Tougher than
normally-
a striker having to score, Jamie.
No, because think about it. If you're a defender now, centre back, and you're talking about being a defender, being aggressive, that's what we're brought up. No player is perfect. No one has got every quality. But if you're a centre back now playing for a top team, you've got to receive the ball inside your own box from the goalkeeper, from a goal kick. So you've got to be technically probably what we used to associate a midfield player.
Better than the average.
More than, yeah. So you've almost got to have the technical quality of a midfield player in there. And also, because the way teams play now, defences are so high, you've almost got to have the pace of a striker. You're on the halfway line now. If you want to play for like the top teams or the top Champions League teams, if you're slow as a centre-back, you've got no chance. And also, you've got to get the ball. So, as I said, you've got to have the pace of a striker and the technical quality of a midfielder. And
That's like Van der Ven the other
But
day.
that's before you even get into being a
you see?
defender or talking about
Did you see how
or
fast
getting
he was?
blocks and headers and marking in the box. That's before you even get to that. I think it's tough.
Where did you grow up?
In Livorno is a small town close to Pisa, a tower, dependent tower, very small. We know each one.
How far is it
everyone.
from here?
3 hours and a half by car. Not as far.
So how did you? Who saw you? So what was the first team you played for?
I grew up in my neighbor team is called Livorno 9.
Yeah.
Nove. 9.
Nove.
9 is the name of the neighborhood.
Right.
And after that, at 13, I started the Livorno Academy. I went into the Livorno Academy, but I wasn't the best. There is also Empoli or Fiorentina that was much better than Livorno.
Was you a defender then, or was you?
I was a Roy Keane midfielder. Worse than you, obviously. But as a center midfielder.
Yes.
And then started, usually run so much, and I started to play on the edge,
Yes.
like a wingback, and then like a left back, and then I found my position as a center back.
So did you find your position as a centre back at that age? Did you think this is where I should play?
I started 17, 18 when we played back three. I was many times the third and few times the wing back.
Wing-back, okay.
And after that, when we played back four, I was always the fullback, but I wasn't good enough technically. And in the modern football, I cannot play as a fullback. At that time, yes, sometimes because usually coaches was big defender. Yeah, you cannot play just you if you are not so tall. And after that, when I started to play also center back, was easy for me because my technical limits was okay to be a centre back, and also I spent much less energy running. I was much more using my brain.
Right.
That's really I did the big step. I was still in the national team as a left back, not as bad, but not at the same level as a high European level.
You know, when in the Euro final, what was the feeling or the mentality going into it? England are at home, it's at Wembley. I mean, were you confident going into that game even though England had home advantage?
Yeah, we knew
Was
that.
it a 37-game unbeaten run? Something crazy like this, wasn't it?
We knew that was hard. England plays almost every game at home, and
Yes.
it's a big advantage for the Euros. Just they played in Rome in the quarterfinals. They played so bad, but they were so effective that we knew that. We wanted to play on their weakness about the pressure. The pressure that there is in England on the national team is unreal, and we have seen also in this game. You know very well. And
You were aware of that then, obviously, in Italy and other, do you think other countries are aware of, do you think there's more pressure on England than sort of there is on Italy or
for
France?
us was a dream. For them was
A nightmare.
yeah. Just arrived there, we know that okay, we could enjoy. Then nobody expect us to arrive at that point and to play for win the cup, and it's much easier when we have seen the year after when we have to reach the qualification for the World Cup that the pressure wasn't as with us against Macedonia, that we cannot lose again that game another time. But it was very different. We arrived at the Euros with almost beat streak and of 30-something results. That was crazy. That's meaning we were a good team. I expected to arrive to the quarterfinal. We played the group stage in Rome. That is helped us a lot, and we won easy. Boom, 2 games, and the third we rested. I had time to recover. We were very lucky round of 16 against Austria. Because they run so much. They were unreal, and we were lucky. Goal disallowed for a few inches, and after that, Chiesa came in and scored. But quarterfinal, we were confident because Belgium, I think they were over their last chance of this famous golden generation. Hazard was injured, De Bruyne was supposed half and half. Instead, he played very well. We didn't expect Doku was unreal. That game, it was the first game of Doku, very, at high level. But we were confident. Vertonghen, Alderweireld, not yet so good as.
Was you worried about Lukaku?
Yeah, that was our nightmare. I was injured, recovering from hamstring, not strained, a little bit less, but I didn't expect to play. I said to Roberto Mancini the night before, coach, I cannot play, I cannot run fast, I just manage, I cannot play against Lukaku. If I run one time in the space, I'm in fact say, okay, we'll see, take an anti-inflammatory and we'll see tomorrow. And we'll speak tomorrow morning. The day after we had like a little warm up on the field, set pieces, but something like, he didn't look at me at all. Neither look at me, how are you, nothing. Lunch, nothing. Snack before the game, we were there. How do you feel, George? I said, okay, we play in 2 hours, let's go. What can I do?
Was he trying to get his attention, like to say, come
the
on,
first 2 long ball,
Yes.
I had some problems. After that, I decided to drop, and every ball arrived to Lukaku in front because I never conceded him the depth. Boom, smash
Wow.
him. That's the plan, and I don't know why he stayed all the game with me and not with Leo. He likes to come in with the left footed, but I mean that physically he could destroy the Bonucci much more than me.
Did he know that you might have been injured? Was he trying to play on you because he thought you was injured or something?
I don't know.
It's amazing how your body can get through a game, isn't it? Before the game, you can be.
No, but trust me.
But when the whistle goes, your adrenaline.
Adrenaline. And the same. And after 5 days, I played under 20 minutes against Spain, and after 4 days against England under 20, that at 37 was unreal. But I think that the brain is a.
What did you
Really
think?
powerful.
What did you think England's weakness was in the final? I know the pressure, but where did you think England would have problems against you?
And they score after 2 minutes.
Yeah.
That's the best situation
Yeah.
for them. But if you remember how it started the game, we had the ball, but they really gave us a corner kick with, I don't remember, Maguire show pick for they had the ball. We didn't press, and they just
Gave it away.
The only thing that I screamed all the game and half time and tried to manage was don't concede them transitions. maintain the ball, we will have a chance, 100%. But if we want to go there and try to tie the game after 5 minutes with Sterling, Mount, and Harry Kane, they could destroy us. Because on the space...
So no counter-attack?
Yeah, Bonucci, me, Jorginho, Verratti, who could run of these 4 players, and we were the heart of the game, of the team. Then we don't have to run against Sterling or Mount or concede depth. We have to maintain the ball and be close and compact everywhere. And in this type of situation, we could have the possibility to win. And getting late into the game, the pressure is higher and higher and higher.
So by keeping the ball, basically?
Yeah, keeping the ball. Keeping the ball.
We've been talking about this last summer. We've been doing the television, and I've obviously played for England in tournaments where...
Do you like it? Yes.
We never keep the ball well.
We'll see.
It's a massive problem for us because when you get into later in the tournament, your legs start to go tired. If you can't counter-attack from deep positions. Why do you think we can't keep the ball? What do you think it is when you look at England? So even this summer now just gone against Spain or in the game against you, we've lost 2 finals through not being able to keep the ball and control the game.
I think, but the idea of Southgate is to be very effective, to be very solid every time, and it worked. Because the result that Southgate had in his career, England never had it.
No. Cheers.
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 Before you tell us where we're going wrong.
It's coming to Rome.
Yeah, that was interesting.
But I like not the way how they play, but how they are very solid every time, and they believe it's the best way to arrive.
But you're solid, but you also keep the ball.
We have also different players. With Verratti and Jorginho especially, and Bonucci, you have to maintain the ball. And Insigne, this type of connection, if you remove Verratti and Jorginho, we cannot have the ball with Calvin Phillips and Cristante, for example.
Even in 2012, you have Pirlo playing in this position, and you play 1,000 passes.
Yes.
But it's not just one tournament; it's 2, 3, 4 tournaments, and we're trying to work out why we can never keep the ball in tournaments.
I think that you have to use much more your strength. You have a fantastical winger. Then also, you have Jude that is box-to-box midfielder. Now plays at 10, but is a box-to-box midfielder. Foden is doing so well this season. Kane is very good connecting passes and be the link between that. You have this type of things. You have the best right fullback after you now that is playing. That Kyle is this is one of the most typical.
What is
addition.
that?
Vitello Tonnato.
Which one do you want? This one?
Veal. It's veal.
I'm not veal.
You having a bit of that?
I prefer this one.
Prefer this
yeah.
one? Nice one.
What's this one? What's this one?
This one. What's this
that
one?
It's like raw meat. Yeah, carpaccio
Yes.
with meat carpaccio. You cannot have everything. That's what I mean. Everyone likes to be like Spain.
Yeah.
Not everyone could be like Spain. We told before. I think that England did a pretty good tournament. They could play very well. The only thing I could complain with Southgate, obviously we were talking and it's not easy to be there, and he never tried something different before the Euros, like to find a way to let them play together, Saka, Foden and Bellingham, because Bellingham played as a wing-back sometimes,
on the left,
defending on the left, or Foden did it. Probably try to find before, during the qualification, so easy for England. That you have a lot of time before to find a way to let them play in the right position in order to use them very well. He didn't arrive to the Euros in the way. He had this problem at the Euros, and sometimes you have to take a decision, hard decision, but I think that they were close to win, but they didn't play so well together.
I think what you're saying, which I think is interesting, when you're looking at your own country, you're always looking at the negatives. We're always thinking, what else? And you're looking at, say, you play to your strengths. And every country does have an identity, doesn't it? You're talking about Italy in the past being about strong defenders. And we've got to be careful that.
What are we?
Not every country becomes the same. I feel like that in club football. Every country We
I'm
associate
jealous.
Italy with
I'm very jealous about your roster. About to have Foden, about to have Bellingham, about to have Saka, and all that. Probably you were jealous to have this type of solidity, and because we
Verratti,
play
I like.
very well. Yes, but
That's what we needed.
at the end,
like
you
this.
really were so close.
Yeah.
Because we are talking about penalty, that is nothing.
Yeah.
We know very well that everybody could win at penalty kicks, and if England won that game and Rashford or Saka scored, celebrating the best team of the English foot of the history of England. That's sometimes really some details could change everything. We were talking about with some friends before about Spain. They deserve to win, but I think that they deserve to be kicked out of the Euros because of the penalty kick of Cucurella. That's so clear. It's a big mistake, like the Lampard goal in
Germany.
2000. Yeah,
Against Germany, yeah.
that. And probably if Germany was there, we were talking about a different history. And now Spain is the best. That little details really makes the difference in our world.
Yeah.
The Overlap on Tour is brought to you by Sky Mobile.
The network that lets you roll your data and keep it longer than anyone else.
For more information, visit sky.com/shop/mobile.
This is the Overlap on Tour Unseen, brought to you by Sky Mobile.
No, I'm not doing it.
See, that is terrifying.
You can watch all of the action from the boys' trip around Europe on Sky Max and Now TV.
Do you wish you played in the Premier League?
I would have loved.
Yeah?
I think that for my
It would have suited
skills,
you, I think, yeah.
Yes. Not as old, not old. I cannot have played until 37 like I did in Italy, but in my 26 to 32, 34, I could have played very well and enjoyed a lot.
You would enjoy Sunderland, the weather,
Yeah.
really beautiful weather there.
Which club would
yes.
you like to play? If you could choose, Georgia?
Okay, it's not to leak in some as into this, but yeah, Italian has a big legacy with Chelsea because of a lot of players.
Yeah.
But my team, when I grew up and also when I started to play with Juventus, was Manchester United. I saw Manchester United as a very similar team like Juventus was in
I did.
Italy.
I used to
and,
see that,
and
definitely.
Bayern Munich in Germany. That these three teams really were, for me, very similar. And I played with Patrice Evra, and he told me the same. Now, obviously, Manchester United is very different. Juventus is very different. But at that time, to be the strength, the power that these teams has, and also the leadership of the club, like the style was for me very similar.
What we having?
What's the speciality?
Yeah, agnolotti. Agnolotti.
Which one's this one?
Agnolotti al sugo. Stuffed pasta piemontese. It's not a summer dish, but today is not so hot that we could try. Do you want to share?
Yeah, that's it.
Bit of everything, yeah.
Ok, perfect. Sì, 2 primi e 2 secondi da mettere nel mezzo. Sì, poi it's okay to share 2 first course and 2 second course.
Yeah.
Then if you want just to try, it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm not a big eater, but I want to be a good host.
You've won everything in it, but the Champions League was the one trophy, and then Cristiano was supposed to come and win the Champions League.
I think that the first year of Cristiano, in which at the end Liverpool won against Tottenham, we were very unlucky. We arrived at the quarter-final after beating Atletico in a big comeback. But right before the game against Ajax, we had 2-3 big injuries of key players. Was me, was Mandzukic, was Khedira. That really the spine and the heart of the team. Was missing those games. Dybala was out the second one or the first one, I don't remember. Douglas Costa, the same. That we really miss the best player. Also, Cristiano wasn't fit. He recovered for the first game without training, and he was supposed to start from the bench. You know better than me that Cristiano cannot start from the bench in Champions League. That not really supposed, but he didn't train until the day before. He scored. But we were really unlucky the first year. Then the second year, we weren't good enough to win Champions League. But I think that the first year, imagine if we have beaten Ajax, we would have faced Tottenham in the semi-final and Liverpool in the final. It's not impossible. We arrived 2 times to the final, playing against Barcelona, Real Madrid, both twice, and it's not easy to beat them 2 times. And we were unlucky. We lost against the Barcelona 2015 was the MSN, and Alves, Mascherano, Piqué, Alba, Busquets, Iniesta, Rakitic, with Xavi on the bench, coming on the bench, and Messi, Neymar, Suarez.
I played against that team when I was in Valencia. It was incredible, that team. That front three was...
And they found a way to get along together after January, February, because and after they were unstoppable. And 2017 against the Cristiano with Bale and Casemiro, they found the stability because we have beaten Real when they played with with James as a midfielder and the 3 forwards and just offensive team. We defend very well. Okay. We defend and then we score, but when they play with Casemiro and Gareth on the bench, and they play with Isco, and Isco really was the people that broke our plan.
That game was that Cardiff?
Yes,
I was at that
but
game,
Isco was really unstoppable because he creates superiority right and left and the middle, and it wasn't easy for us to stop them.
Wow.
And the situation, he had a beautiful season, Isco, because we could manage Gareth on the left side.
Yes.
We could concede a couple of chances, but do you know what he's doing? Okay, go on the depth, coming inside.
Yeah.
It's hard, but you could do it. And Benzema, okay, it's hard, but when something like Isco that season was
You don't
really...
know what's coming, bro. Isco, huh?
Unpredictable.
Yeah, that's the most difficult thing for a defender. I think something that unexpected. One unpredictable player is much worse than one good but predictable player. There.
But when you played for Juventus and all them big games, your history when we played for Man United, obviously I'm sure the lads at Liverpool are, your history can still get you through big games. 'Cause even if you're missing a few players, Liverpool definitely got to big finals on the back of their history, didn't they?
Yeah.
Obviously,
Yeah,
we all know that.
But we are also a little bit unlucky with the Champions League final. Well, as a club, we are the club that lost more Champions League final in the history. We just won 2 out of 9.
It's incredible.
I think when you're in England and you think of a team in Italy, I think of AC Milan. Like when I was young, because of Champions League. But
Especially remember what they done to Barcelona.
But in Italy, I think Juventus is seen as the biggest
Strange
team, like the main team.
When I think of a team in Italy, I think of Juventus. Juventus
But
is the first
Juventus
team
is the best team. But for Champions League, Milan is for...
That's what I'm saying, yeah. So for
100%.
For people maybe outside of Italy, because we see maybe the Champions League more, or the old European
look
Cup.
at the numbers of the Scudetto, of the title.
Exactly. So in Italy, it's Juventus.
against 20 now this year, Inter Milan, and 19 AC Milan. That's the difference that we have. That's neither close, because we are consistent, we are pragmatic, we are hard worker. In the value of the club since 100 of years ago was the same, and Milan is much more entertainment. We see Hollywood that much.
You know what I think what happened?
But not every Sunday, no matter what, you go there, and also if it's cold, also if it's raining, also if you are tired because you play Champions League, you win. That was in the Juventus mentality.
We've seen before about Ronaldo coming in, and the way you've described the club in Juventus and the mentality. What was it like bringing in like a global superstar? Maybe did that suit the mentality of Juventus?
It was hard at the beginning for all the club because we didn't have one multinational company like Coca-Cola or whatever running into your club and manage all this stuff. We had pressure, we were followed, whatever, also by people when we traveled, but not as when Ronaldo was there. Completely changed. I think that was obviously very good consequence, also bad, because some players, I don't want to mention, but some players look just at what was doing at 35. Like resting a little bit, managing during the week, like be really 100% in training just for Champions League. But it's not Ronaldo, it's not just the picture and the sponsor. Ronaldo was then, when you are losing, he had the balls to have call the balls, no matter what, try to win, shoot from everywhere in order to lead the team to win. And it's not easy to do it for a lot of players. He had good cons and bad cons. I love to play with him. because working with him and look at him every day with little details is very nice. I was 35 and he was 34, something just 6 months between us. And we weren't obviously at our prime, but it was very funny to play with him and look how much big is his personality. We cannot say for me it's better Messi or Cristiano, but if I have to pick one for a final, Cristiano or
Cristiano or Messi?
I love to play with Cristiano, and I saw when the game is more difficult, he raises his level of performance. His approach is totally different when we play Champions League instead of. Also, if Champions League is against Bate Borisov, I don't know. Yeah, for him, Champions League is different.
Yes.
I'm disappointed that we didn't win the Champions League with him. Could be for him the biggest trophy of his career, because he went to Juventus to show that he could win. Not alone, but the Champions League, we didn't help him so much.
You think?
The first year. After that, we were getting older. It was like one call, all in. We did all in. We weren't lucky we lost, but we tried.
Do players back in Italy have a clause where you could go for 10 million or 20 million? No,
I didn't have
no,
it.
but players would, yeah?
Yes.
But you never believed, you just thought...
I signed a contract 2000. Yeah, I arrived in Juventus 2004, then went on loan and signed another contract 2006, and then 8, and then 10. But because I was growing up so much, and after that I signed 2014 and 2018. I arrived almost close to the end, just at the beginning of my career, because but I did the step very naturally, not asking money every time. They reach out to me in order to don't allow me to think to leave.
Oh, okay. So before you even thinking, they already offered you a deal.
Yeah,
That's how you meant to do it. Really. You don't let people get into their last.
But the Bosman rule changed. Did the Bosman rule affect players in it? Were they not thinking about running their contracts down? No, it just...
It's depend of the people. Everyone is different. Every player is different. You are different from me, and maybe you ask every after one game you ask for more money, or I'm okay with what I have. Probably. No. No, everyone is different. But at the end, for me, Juventus was like a family. Yeah, happened also that period that you think to leave, but didn't really think to leave. And also I was lucky that was getting better and better. In that year that I was thinking about Manchester City, because we arrived for two seasons in a row, 7th place. And the pressure on Juventus to be 7, I said, I want to play Champions League, I want to play at that level. Okay, I'm not doing well like my teammates, but I'm better than them at that time. And I wanted to play for a better team. And I loved the English style that could be a good chance for me to go there, but fortunately it didn't happen because of my legacy with Juventus and what happened later.
You know, with Juventus, when they got demoted to the 2nd division, was there anybody that came for you then?
No, but because...
you was never going to leave?
No, I was 22.
Yeah,
that 22. For me was not so bad. It's okay, 1 year, but I did 1 year and I played 23 appearances.
Right.
Half and half almost. Maybe a little bit less than half of my first year in Juventus, and it was okay. Second year in Serie B, okay. I could stay in Serie B, in 2nd division 1 year, but I'm gonna be a starter and grew up to be a starter of Juventus in Serie A the next year. It's okay. I wasn't in the same situation.
Yeah, it worked for you.
Yeah, I wasn't in the same situation as Buffon, Del Piero, Trezeguet. That they won Camoranesi, they won the World Cup. And then they played the 2nd division. No, I was okay.
Did they all stay? Did they stay?
Del Piero, Buffon, Trezeguet, Nedved, Camoranesi, they stayed. Not easy.
That's massive, huh? Massive.
But the story of Buffon was funny because the sport director at the time went to him, okay, Gigi, there is Barcelona, I don't know what team, are offering us this million, Manchester United, what do you prefer? But why I can stay? Do you want to stay?
Oh,
really? Okay, for us, you can stay.
Did they give him a new contract, or he just stayed with his same contract?
I don't think so. Not more money. If it was a new contract, it was for less money because in 2nd division, that he really say, okay, I could stay here 1 year. It's not a problem for me, because sometimes when you feel like a family, and probably all of you had this feeling.
Yes.
The supporters loved you for that. The supporters must have loved the players for staying. Yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
were very grateful to them.
Forever.
They love the player that decide to stay.
Was there any players that that decided to leave?
Most of the players decide to leave, but it's acceptable for me and understandable. Cannavaro, Ibrahimovic, Zambrotta, but also the club cannot maintain all of these players for the
of course.
salaries. Because it was unreal at that time. If you play Champions League and you fight for win in Champions League, it's okay. Instead, no. That was a compromise and a balance. I don't know, really decide to leave or really wanted to stay. But for me, it was a fun year. We went in every little small village in Serie B. We started with 9 points at the beginning 17, but after 1 month 9 points of penalization. At Christmas we were already first. And then it was every Sunday it was like a party. Yes, and then we have 2 days off every time, every week. Stay there, parties.
Every
and
ground
there was 22.
Yes.
That imagine.
So every ground you went to, everyone full.
But also now. Imagine at that time in Serie B, because you went in some village that you never played against anymore.
You're like Man City next season in Grimsby.
Carlisle.
Who is seen as the
Can I kill
greatest
some of that
Juventus
wine,
coach?
girl?
Best coach I had in my career, I was very lucky because I had Mancini, I had Conte, I had Allegri, I had Lippi at that time.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was so young. I had Capello, very young. Thank you very much. Then it's not the two biggest coaches of my career are Allegri and Conte, because of the year I spent with them, like
Yes.
5 years at least with both of them. They're very different, probably the opposite, but they are so good. Yes, it's hard to
Perfect.
stay
Gary,
with
you got any-
Conte
You got some?
because it's very demanding.
Conte.
Yes.
Very demanding.
Is it?
Yes, daily demanding. 24 hours a day, 7 to 7, 365 almost.
Yes.
But he's a very good leader, and you sometimes you are able to don't feel this type of fatigue. Also, you run a lot. How much I run?
You think,
Jesus
is
Christ.
this why after 3 years people he has to leave?
Yeah,
Because
I think now, I don't know if he has changed now, but 2-3 years is a good time. Yeah, he's able to squeeze everything from the people, but then also, or he has to change all the roster, and it's very hard, or just have few players, or he has to leave. And also sometimes he needs new goals. He needs to change also. It's very similar, I think, to Ancelotti. I miss him, and Spalletti, one of the biggest of the Italian last 20 years. But he's very able to raise the level of the pressure and to prepare few games. I love also Mancini. Was a big discovery for me because I always played against him, and he seems for me prickly and it's very different. He's so generous and humble. He's shy. He's quiet. He doesn't like to speak a lot. And with Vialli, they were the perfect duo also as a coach, and Vialli was the head of delegation, whatever, because Gianluca was a fantastic speaker. He was able to have some speech that arrive into your heart to pull out something from not just from your soul. While Mancini is just to give confidence, calm, few details on the field, just 2-3 little things, but very direct, and for the national team was perfect.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good fit.
It felt really good watching Mancini and Vialli.
Yeah,
And
the
also-
image of Vialli and Mancini,
No,
they
it's
are
beautiful. It's beautiful.
This is the very famous dish, agnolotti al sugo, and this is a normal
This is
pomodoro.
beautiful. This is
Yeah,
You mentioned Lippi. Sorry, one story about Lippi United. We played them in a group match against Juventus. We beat Juventus 4-0 in Juventus. Lippi's the manager on the sideline. So Juventus losing 4-0 at home. Lippi has a cigar.
okay, but
As if he was winning 4-0.
Now cigarette is very different in our generation, but the old generation cigarette is very normal. And cigar
But losing
too.
4-0. Losing 4-0 and going, oh, just having his little cigar. Beautiful.
Yes. How was Alex? Sir Alex.
Sir Alex, ask Gary.
Do you know what you're talking about?
Ask Gary.
No, but you can
he was
imagine.
Go on.
Go on, Gal.
You take it away.
To be honest with you, I think he was
I'll take some of this one, George.
incredible man manager.
Yeah, but it's very. You cannot
But
compare
also-
to our.
No,
to
but
now.
the expectation every single day and the intensity every single day was high. So the expectation was. I've never known anybody other than probably him similar that disliked winning as much. Almost winning. Disliked losing. Losing was like a. It was disaster, like a crisis every single match. So it was about. It was intense and it was.
I asked some history about him to Patrice Evra.
Yes.
When it was raining or cold, he was in his office just watching the training and not be on the field. And he got mad, but why I'm not playing? You neither watch the training. But he loved he loved Sir Alex.
Yeah.
Gal, you had some of that? It's amazing.
About the preseason we played against, you were a coach in Sunderland. I still remember the August in Newcastle and Sunderland. In Italy was like 35, 38 degrees. And we went there and we found like 10 degrees and wind. It was so windy that we cannot even pass the ball just on the ground.
We were
It
happy
was
with
very cold wind in August. I cannot imagine December there.
We were happy with the draw. 1-1. I know it's a friendly. We were pleased.
But a lot of friendly game for Italian team is 1-1.
All right. You took it easy.
National
Just
team,
a-
a lot of friendly
Do you
game.
remember your team that day? Can I test you?
No, not at all.
I'm trying to think if an Italian player played for United. Was Giuseppe Rossi?
Yes.
Giuseppe
I
Rossi?
talked with him a few
Yeah.
days ago because he's like filming a documentary for his career. He's a nice guy.
Good.
Yeah,
Top
he's a
guy.
nice guy, yeah.
Yeah. Good
Top
player.
guy.
Eh?
He was very little.
Beautiful little play.
I tried to bring him to Sunderland.
Yeah.
No, I did. I spoke to him.
You try to bring a lot of players.
He tried to. But I was trying to get good players. That's a manager's job. He had a choice of Sunderland or Villarreal, I think, and he went to Villarreal and done really. Had a couple of injuries, but done really well.
How many other Italian players? Makeda.
Goalkeeper. Our keeper.
Mannone.
Oh, Taibi.
Taibi.
Oh, he had a tough
Taibi.
time. Really tough.
He had a difficult time at United there. He let one through his legs.
Tough.
It was probably too high the level of
Martizia
Manchester
caught him
United
out.
for him.
But he came back and had a really good. Came back to Italy and had a good career after it.
Bad average team.
Okay,
He
but
went to
listen-
AC Milan and didn't play very well, honestly. And he had a good career, obviously,
Yeah.
but not as Manchester
Yeah,
United
of course.
level.
No, of course, but that can happen. You know, got to a
Yeah,
big
yeah.
club, it doesn't work out. But he played lots of games.
So, what other Italian player? I'm trying to think of the most famous Italian player that's played for United. Who?
Darmian,
Darmian.
and just few appearances, but he scored at the debut. Was Makeda,
Yeah. Got a big
crazy
goal.
guy.
Yeah. The Overlap on Tour is brought to you by Sky Mobile.
The network that lets you roll your data and keep it longer than anyone else.
For more information, visit sky.com/shop/mobile.
This is the Overlap on Tour Unseen, brought to you by Sky Mobile.
No, I'm not doing it.
See, that is terrifying.
You can watch all of the action from the boys' trip around Europe on Sky Max and Now TV.
What do you make of the Super League? Because Juventus were one of the
Yes,
clubs.
Andrea Agnelli was.
Andrea Agnelli, obviously Barcelona and
Real Madrid. There was
were the three
that
clubs.
we didn't know anything.
No.
I loved to watch and play much more European games than domestic league.
You want to play more European?
You like
games?
to watch
Much
it?
more. I
Is that
think
because-
that in Italy we have at least two clubs too much
in the Premier, in the league,
in the Italian league.
Italian league.
But I could say maybe four.
Wow.
But imagine, but also I think fans they could be much more happy if they see every week Juventus, Manchester United, Juventus, Barcelona, Juventus, Real Madrid, and Juventus Empoli or Juventus Lecce. If you have less team, the quality of the league could be higher because every year at least one or two teams are relegated in January in every league, and you could play this type of games in the European competition that is much better and what is happening now. I would have loved to play much more games in Champions League than what I've played, but now I cannot understand how my former teammates could play this amount of games. This year Juventus has at least 10 games almost in Champions League, and not anymore 6, because we have 8 games and the playoff. Honestly, Juventus, I think that cannot be the first 8 and it cannot be the last 8, and probably have the playoff. And after that you start the round of 16. And after that you have a Club World Cup. That's crazy, the amount of game, but I understand why it's doing, because everyone is looking at their personal interest. It's normal.
But the Italian league, where is the Italian league at this moment in time?
Okay, there is the real Super League is the Premier League now.
Yes.
It's the Super League. You could call however you want, but it's the Super League.
Is that the problem really for Italy, that they look at it and think?
It's not about the problem. It's the Super League. It's not a problem that it's Super League, but Premier League is Super League and will be the Super League for at least 5 years. What is the TV right?
But is that why Juventus, Real Madrid and Barcelona...
That's why they tried.
They tried to create the Super League because the Premier League is a problem.
Yes, because I think, also we had some money problems after the COVID. Obviously, I think that accelerate this type of process, but how could this type of leagues try to fight against Premier League? Stay together. That if you look at the future, all these European teams find a way to stay together against the Premier League, or the gap between the Premier League and all the other leagues will become higher and higher, bigger and bigger. And the only team that could face this type of problem could be state, government, could be PSG, whatever, but you know how, and Manchester City now had this type of problem, or Real Madrid and Barcelona that are, Real Madrid is the biggest revenue, but cannot be an Italian team. At the end, it's not meaning that you win, but it's meaning that you hire the best players, that's for sure.
But how do you think the Italian league can get back to this?
Now there's no way.
There's no way?
To Premier League?
To get back to this level, no?
Yeah, no, I think that now there's no way. They could start to have a little step better, obviously building a better show for people and try to sell TV rights better and made it more sustainable to get higher altogether, but you cannot. But imagine if Bournemouth could buy easily a player of your best team, the best. Bournemouth could arrive and buy one Inter or Juventus player easily. It's something that is. Yes. And I'm not against Bournemouth, but I mean also another team.
I hear what you say.
But that was sad. I remember that Bournemouth was in contact with Zaniolo. There was Roma that was 4th or 5th teams in Italy, was so close. At the end, they decided to go to Galatasaray because he refused. But Roma has already sold to them. And last year, I think in January, there was no move in the Italian transfer window until the one Bournemouth or someone else, Brighton, whatever, bought a player from Sassuolo, and then Sassuolo bought one from Empoli, and then Empoli. But
you have to wait for the English league to move. Yeah,
that's what I'm. Tonali last year.
Do you think the style of football in England, the way it's played, is a big help that it goes around the world and people are more excited?
Fantastic. Look at the stadium that we have in Italy, and look at the stadium that you have in the Championship. That's fantastic. Also, if it's old, also if it's just 15,000, it's fantastic. Everyone is close, everyone, and we don't have a lot of this stadium, and that's first. The show is nice, yes, but also other league has a nice show. It's not just about the show; it's about you sell this show, and I think you were
more food.
The greatest, and the first.
Yeah.
And now it's hard. French league. I think that we are a little bit worse than La Liga, because La Liga with Barcelona and Real Madrid, they are way better than us. I don't see our league worse than the others, than German league, French league. And we had a good result, because at the end, the good thing about Italian that we found a way to solve problems. And last year we were almost, the last 2 years of European competition, we were so good, because we found a way, but we don't have the best player at all.
No. You have a lot of teams in Europe next season. You have 8 teams or 9 teams in Europe next season.
A lot. A lot. I don't know. 5 in Champions League for sure, and then probably eight.
Yeah,
We have
yeah.
8. We risk the 9th if Fiorentina and Roma would have won both Conference League and Europa League. We risk to arrive to 9. That's crazy.
Yeah.
This is the famous brasato. It's like it's meal. At the
Beef,
end,
braised
arrosto, beef. This is with cooked with wine, with Barolo, and it's very soft. It's different from Fiorentina or a classic steak, but it's very famous in
You want to try some?
Turin. Thank you very much. Yeah.
He's looking up for me.
You know, Jan, and just talking to Arsenal, I was one of the probably stupid guy at 16 because I was playing in the 3rd division academy, and I received a big offer from Arsenal at 16. No, at all. They were sure that I accepted, and at 16 there is a free transfer. Just I didn't want to leave my hometown free.
Oh, okay.
That I said to my management at that time, I said, I don't like to do it this way. I signed the contract, and if you find an agreement with Arsenal, I will go there, but not in this way. And then they asked a lot of money, and we didn't do it. But at the end, if I have 2 daughters, 9 and they are 9 and 5. But if I have a boy at that age, I would.
Would you say to him to go?
Go. The 3rd division, not AC Milan, Juventus.
Yes.
3rd division, neither professional. Yeah, my coaches was really nice people, but not at all coaches. I decided to do it in this way. I don't know. It worked, but it was a bad decision at that time, I think, because imagine
Your intentions were good.
Yes.
That's good.
Yeah, but you've morally done the right thing for yourself.
And then I think that for them it was done, because came to me, giving me a big offer, called me at Arsenal, and I was in Livorno. You don't need.
See Arsenal we're spread wide. See, we're looking for people like Giorgio at that stage, man.
You're going to go into television and do some television as well? More?
I did it. I enjoyed. I don't know. Now I wanted to try to be part of the active side.
Yeah.
But I liked. It's nice because you could follow the game. You could explain your inside, and I think that if you explain and give your opinion and argument that, you could say everything. I wasn't one that was just to give the titles, titles or something. But if I have to say, for me, it's not good. He is not good. What? Because he is missing these type of things. Because he is the.
That's how we started, but then after a few years, you just
you know less people.
But it was funny. I did it in the US. That is very different of what I did in Italy.
Yeah,
that's very different requests. But I love both.
Did you work for Fox?
Yes,
Fox
with Jules Bridge,
and
Daniel Sturridge.
Yeah, nice one.
You'll have to go on Monday Night Football with Jamie. It's the programme in England.
You should go, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be good. It's good for you.
Deal?
Deal or no deal?
You have to do some stuff on defending, Jay.
I have to ask her. Yeah, I know he's earning a lot of money. I'm doing for free. He's asking me to do it free because he has to earn more.
I'll tell you later what that's from.
Yeah. But happened today the same. Yeah, you have to be here with these 4 fantastic guys just to be. Yeah, they earn the money. You have the deal.
We'll pay for the meal, don't worry.
That's why I wanted to order a big barbaresco.
The nice wine,
but they arrived before to the restaurant and said, no big wine, just the cheapest.
The budget.
Did they say that?
They better not, Gary. That's it. That's in Gary's head now. You're not in trouble now.
All the great players, nice pictures, yeah?
Yeah, not me, but
Not
all the
yet.
So you don't come here before? This is your first time here?
You know, I went here. It's very historical for the past generation. Yeah, and And when I arrived, also there was the same owner as another restaurant for young players. I went much more in the other one. I was 21.
Yeah,
And
okay.
here is for the family. I was almost alone. That's very different type. But yeah, I know very well.
So we need to get your picture up on the wall tonight.
Yeah.
We need to have a picture.
Give me
Here.
just a second.
Yeah.
Is he bringing a cake out or something?
No, there'll be dessert 'cause he likes dessert. So do we.
Doesn't look like.
I think if I bring some ice cream, it's boiling. Pour it up, man. I tell you what, when you went for the second bottle of wine, I was like, jeez.
It's really good, isn't it?
Don't let my son have finished that wine. It's an insult if you don't finish it.
I know, don't worry. We'll finish it.
Be insulted if I do.
I have a surprise. To tell this story. I have to tell this story.
Oh, suit you.
I was at an event of classic shirts, and they asked me, okay, pick one.
Oh, wow.
I picked three, honestly, but the first. I said, I look at the first, was not Ronaldo, was not Messi.
Was it Neville?
I said, no. I said, okay, wow. I want the Manchester United.
Beautiful. Oh, look, suit you.
Yes.
You
You look good in that
You
shirt.
look good in it. Should have gone to United.
94 kid, that?
Kino.
Is it 94? Yeah, I think it's
yeah.
94. Yeah,
94?
1994, yeah.
Okay.
You know, I used to look at it, I used to always think, look, stupid lace in it.
There you go, you see.
You have to
Just know
later.
yourself.
Before-
Yeah,
before-
of course.
You cannot leave.
Jeez,
I don't want
absolutely
to
not.
fight with you,
Of course.
honestly.
I don't
I don't want to fight. I don't. I'm a peaceful
but-
guy, but I'm asking you before leaving. I need your.
That's a beautiful
signature.
No fight until later. It's too early.
No, it's too early. But in Italy, you are more famous than probably in England. More appreciated.
More appreciated.
More appreciated. Much more, because in England, obviously, you have a lot of fans, but a lot also.
He's misunderstood. He's misunderstood.
I came to a game years ago. I came over to watch a match with my friend. I think I might have just finished playing. We came to watch the Milan derby. Just got tickets, and the next day we went down to watch Roma were playing somebody, and we thought we'd go to the game. So me and my friend went down, and we had a driver. So we're driving to the stadium. You know, we're just going as like fans just to watch the game. So the police were stopping us. So I'm a passenger, the driver. So the police said, no. The driver went, Capitano Man United. Capitan. I was fucking. What the fuck? And the police went, yeah, go through. Look at that. I was so embarrassed, honest to God.
Someone ever recognized today?
Yeah. Today,
Yeah.
not so bad. Not so bad.
Okay, but.
Yeah.
But it's not easy, that it's not obvious, and I think that, okay, imagine not now, but in 10 years, if I'm going to England, I don't think that a lot of fans could recognize that,
No.
people love you.
They remember you.
Okay,
They remember you.
But people love you.
They
Remember you for Saka.
Yeah, because of that.
They remember you.
They'd be waiting at the airport for you. Yeah, they'd be.
I was doing the TV broadcasting. All the England fans were screaming me, Wonkers, Wonkers! Because I was bringing I brought the cup into the field, and after that I do the broadcasting. It was really in the middle of the English sense. But I was laughing. It's okay.
Good stuff, Giorgio.